Mosaic, Pastor Dave here. We wanted to make a couple of videos to help you understand the vote that's coming up in August. And if you've been in our congregation recently, then you've heard of the Interdependence vote that's coming up on August 4th here at our church. And just right off the bat, just to answer a couple of questions that have come to your mind, possibly, no, the interdependence does not mean that we're going to move out of the building that we just recently moved into and renovated. We're going to be right here. And secondly, it does not mean that we're going to leave Chode behind in doing ministry in this area. And so you might be wondering, okay, so if we're going to stay in this location and if we're going to continue to do ministry with Chode, then what is the point of the interdependence vote? I hope to answer a couple of those questions quickly for you in this video. The main reason we're pursuing this interdependence vote is because of maturity. The Lord has blessed us and has begun to develop us in both spiritual maturity and in leadership. And because He has done that, we feel a need to make more room for us to grow as spiritual leaders and as Christians together. And becoming a full-fledged church, which is what this vote will do if it passes, becoming a full-fledged church is going to give us that room to have the room for spiritual maturity and room for further growth as leaders. Chode, on the KM side, has this vision for Mosaic. They see a future for Mosaic where we become a full-fledged church and we continue to grow as leaders and as disciples of Jesus Christ. They believe in this so much that last year the session voted unanimously to grant independence to Mosaic so that we can move forward in this direction. Chode wants no hindrance or limitation to be placed on Mosaic to in any way deter our spiritual growth as leaders and as Christians together. This is very, very encouraging. And as the pastor here at Mosaic, the past especially 4 years, I've seen so much growth in our congregation members and especially our leaders. In the area of ownership particularly, I've seen this. And I really do believe we do need to make more room for growth and for maturity together. That's the key. Actually, currently we're training 7 men who are seeking to become the first session at Mosaic, and they're placing a lot of their prayers in their heart and becoming our first session. And so the Lord has granted us with great blessings in this area. So you might be wondering, if we move forward with this and this passes in August and we become a full-fledged church, what's going to be the difference for me as a congregation member? Well, for much of your experience, it won't feel that different, but more and more you'll hear much more of a push towards ownership and much more of a clarity in vision. The Lord has given us a vision to move forward in becoming a gospel movement that plants churches strategically in the New York metro area. And in order for us to do this, we need to first become a full-fledged church in order to plant churches in the future. It's a passion that He has placed in my heart and in the hearts of some key leaders in our church to spread this movement of discipleship and the gospel in our area. And so you'll hear more and more about that. And what you'll also hear is more intentional partnership with Chode KM. I'm very, very excited that in this interdependence vote, it's going to make way for us to become partners together, especially in the areas of education and mission, but greater partners together and to pursue a shared vision together as one big family. We're going to say 2 churches, but one family, and we're seeking to pursue this vision together. And so why are we doing this? In summary, we're trying to make room for further growth as a congregation because the Lord is blessing us with maturity and is blessing us with direction and vision. In some ways, I think that this vote is merely solidifying and codifying what has already taken place in the Lord's grace in our congregation. He's growing us, and He's maturing us, and He's developing leaders in our midst, and He's clarifying our vision and direction. And I really believe that this vote, if it goes forward, it's going to make enough room so that we can pursue that together. And so Mosaic, I pray that you would go to Him and prayerfully consider how you will vote on August 4th. There's another video coming with more specifics, but I ask you to begin praying about this movement forward together in the gospel. I love you, Mosaic, and I'll see you soon.